Hey everyone. So today we're going to tackle something a little different, but I think it's super important for us developers. We're going to explore how we can use our skills, Python scripting and cloud integration, to transform our own digital workspaces from places of distraction into, tools for mindfulness. Let's dive in. Think about it. We spend so much of our lives inside these digital environments, and they are often just noisy and demanding. But what if we could change that? I mean, really change it. Imagine your IDE or your terminal not just as tools for writing code, but as partners in your own well-being. Maybe they'd offer you a moment of calm right before a stressful meeting, or a reminder for reflection at the end of a really long day. That's the vision we're building today. Okay, so first things first, let's really nail down the problem. I like to call it the digital dilemma. It's this constant tug of war, right? Between our need for that high-speed, focused, deep work and our equally important need for reflection and, spiritual grounding. And this slide just lays it all out so perfectly. On the left, that's the developer's reality, right? A storm of notifications, constant demands, the pressure to stay in that creative flow state. But on the right, that's what we need for our inner balance, mindfulness, reflection, peace. Way too often, these two worlds are at war with each other. Our job today is to architect a bridge between them. So enough about the problem. Let's start talking about the fun part, the solution. Our vision here is to build a digital environment that isn't just a passive tool we use, but an active advocate for our own mental and spiritual health. And let's be clear, we are going way beyond just setting a few simple calendar reminders. No way. We're aiming for a fully automated, cloud-based spiritual ecosystem. And the most important word there is seamlessly. It has to integrate with the workflows and tools we already use, making them better instead of just adding another distraction. This quote really hits the nail on the head when it comes to the technical challenge. We're not just writing a simple cron job that runs once a day. To properly bridge these ancient, meaningful practices with modern tech, we need a system that's robust. That means persistent API connectivity, a system that is always on, always connected, and ready to deliver that reminder at the exact right moment, whether your laptop is open or not. This is a real engineering project. All right, let's roll up our sleeves and get into the architecture. We're going to cover the Python blueprint. This is basically the brain of our entire system. This is where we define the core logic that's going to power all of our mindful nudges. We can really break down the core logic into three main steps. First, we're going to manage time with incredible precision using the NumPy library. Second, we'll structure our reminders, or supplications, which are just requests for reflection or peace, using smart data structures like Python dictionaries to map them to specific events. And third, we have to optimize the whole thing to make sure it runs 24/7 in the background without hogging all our resources. So you might be wondering, NumPy, isn't that for heavy-duty data science? And yeah, it is. But here's why it's a total game changer for this project: precision. Think about something like Islamic prayer times. They're calculated from astronomical data, they change daily, and they depend on your exact location on Earth. To get that right, you need sub-second accuracy. NumPy lets us handle this super complex, high-frequency time series data, making sure our reminders are always perfectly on schedule, no matter where we are in the world. Now, having a script running on your local machine is cool and all, but what happens when you turn your laptop off for the night? It stops working. That's a huge point of failure. To make this system truly resilient, we have to move it to the cloud. This step is all about persistence, security, and making sure it's always available. And honestly, the most efficient way to do this is with serverless functions. This is such a huge win for us developers. Instead of having to manage a virtual server 24/7, we just upload our Python code. The cloud provider only runs it when a trigger happens, like a specific time of day. This means our system gets 100% uptime with practically zero maintenance. And we only pay for the few milliseconds our code is actually running. It's awesome. Okay, so the logic is running up in the cloud. How do we actually get the reminders? Well, this is where APIs come in. We can set up secure API hooks that send notifications to the places we already live and work in every single day. A private message on Telegram, a gentle nudge in a Slack channel, or maybe even a visual cue on a smart home display. Now, anytime you start connecting different services like this, security is absolutely non-negotiable. That's why we have to use modern standards like the OAuth 2 protocol. To put it simply, this protocol lets our apps talk to each other securely without ever sharing passwords. It makes sure the connection between our script and our notification services is authenticated, and that our personal spiritual data stays completely private.
So we've designed the Python logic and we've deployed it securely to the cloud. Let's take a look at the result. A truly intelligent scheduling system that's designed to bring a little bit of sustenance and peace into our crazy workdays.
This table shows how it all works, and this is where the system gets really, really cool. It's not just about fixed times. The system can react to triggers. For instance, you could configure it to scan your work calendar. If it sees an event titled Performance Review, it could see that as a potential stressor and automatically trigger an API call to Slack with a calming quote. Or it could pull astronomical data, and on the night of a full moon, sends you a prompt for reflection through Telegram. It's dynamic, it's personalized, and it's proactive. And this is the key to the whole experience. The goal was never to create another annoying notification that pulls you out of your zone. The result is a gentle, seamless nudge, a quiet reminder that actually supports your focus and your creative flow instead of breaking it. Over time, the benefit becomes pretty profound. You're not just getting reminders anymore. You are actively reclaiming your digital space. You're using the very tools of automation that can sometimes cause distraction to instead build an environment of devotion, focus, and peace. And if this sounds like something you'd want in your own workflow, the best part is that you can build it. The foundational code is out there. All you have to do is clone the repository, start exploring the scripts, and begin customizing it to build your very own personal spiritual framework. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. We've shown one really powerful way to use our technical skills for our own well-being. But this is just the start. The real question is, how will you use your skills to reclaim your digital space?